let's continue playing Endless Space. When we last left off, we had pretty much begun war with the Sowers, who are eternally at war anyway, I believe. But, well, that group of Sowers anyway. And we have begun the mass production of fleet. So, we have a Vindicator 1, and as you can see, a single destroyer ship as currently built has an effective power level of 211. Which, as I've said in the last video, power levels are meaningless. And they are. But it doesn't mean that when I get my other Vindicator built at Lonica, these two will sync up and will be able to attack as one and be stronger than this fleet. Which is important, because if it's not stronger than that fleet, we got some issues. So I've just had a quick look around the board, and I've noticed this is a reasonable planet to get, especially as we can actually monopolize that fairly easily. So I'm actually debating sending down this world ship all the way down there. The problem is that we know that they have the ability to go and colonize that, so they might nab the system off me. It's possible. But I suppose I've always got the fighter system as a backup, and it's double Jaden Inks, plus also the hydrogen rings as well. So what I'll probably end up doing if I take this world is go for the tiny barren hydrogens and just move on from that. I don't know. We'll see. Other things that we need to consider. Still need the manning system, obviously. That should be taken fairly shortly with this world ship. Are there any other monopolies I noted? The Proto-Orchids are probably worth going for now. Because we have, I believe, we have one, and there's another two that are available. I think I spotted another one. No, maybe I didn't. Oh well. The Proto-Orchids are the FIDS increase, which is kind of important if we can pull that off. Right. So, end the turn. Fusion batteries none. Oh, we got another hero who is another administrative hero. So we're probably going to leave him alone or use him as a fleet commander. I don't know just yet. If we go for him at all. So fusion batteries gives us fusion torpedoes, which means our torpedoes are now even stronger. Also, you've now built that, so we need to go there. We need to go. That's a bit pricey to go for straight away. That. Money. Right. So, now that you've built your fleet a wrench ship, we can go and nab the Polaris system, I believe. Isn't this going to build one as well? Did I set that up? Yes, I did. How many turns would it take to get down to the fighter system? That's 1, 2... I think we can do that in 3 turns. It's whether the Polaris system's worth it versus this. Now, the fighter system isn't actually that useful for us generally, but it would give us a ship attack boost, albeit a 4% one, versus this, which is quite a nice system. In fact, there's no question about it. We go for that system. So, colonize. We're going to take the yeah, we'll take the Red Sang Meteor Strikes and spread out. So there we go. Right, so we're still reasonably happy on this system, actually. It's a barren world, so we go for the science boost. And this is a desert world, so we go for the monetary boost. I'm going to try now for most of our systems to go and stick with the the planetary type with exploitation. I might not. This planet obviously produces a lot more science than it does anything else. I'm just using 15 actually. But that's because of the Proto-Orchids. Proto-Orchids are massively good on this sort of system. And that is a really good world actually, this one. I should really have gone for it a little earlier. Oh well, not to worry. Next thing then, that gets to move over to there, and then get to create a new ship. Now I don't think, yeah, that second one is not has not got the bonuses because it's only level 1 because it doesn't have the facility. I forget the name of it, but it's still, they're combined. They have a combined fleet strength power level of 413, which is enough to deal with these, and we can't see any new ships coming in. We could actually probably have a rough go at fighting them off with what we've already got there, but we'll leave that alone for now. I think based on everything, we're going to accelerate this to get the production even higher. Then maybe consider going on to the hydrogen giant for the money. Certainly possible. Meanwhile, this system is going to continue building its own ones. We can go and get that proto-orchid now. I think we should probably do that sooner rather than later. So 2 turns to there, and yeah, it's 3 turns regardless, so that works out quite nicely for us. Alright, so moving on. Radiation proofing is our next research, which will allow us to get to the plasma missiles. We're probably not going to rush to those, though. And speaking of which, we should be upgrading our fleet a bit more. So because we've got upgraded torpedoes, we can now go there. So we now have upgraded torpedoes. And also, because we've got the spare capacity, we have intelligent tools, which is the slight repair upgrade. The only downside is I don't think there's anything we can actually put on there which is going to be cheap enough. No, there isn't. So we have 5 wasted space, but that's fine. Apply. So now Vindicators are now Vindicator 1-2. I should probably modify the name of that. Ah, damn it. Whatever. Alright, so our Vindicators are now Vindicator 1-2, and our invasion ships will be the same, actually. That's fine. I'm not going to upgrade the Truth Seekers and Paladins because I'm probably not going to use them at all now. And yep, all the ships that were originally being built are now being upgraded. Soas are suspicious of us, despite the fact that they're attacking us. And yeah, as I kind of expected, the Palacios system has already been taken. We need to take that system now, because otherwise it's going to fall to the enemy. Next, we need to have a colonized Arctic queued up quite rapidly, because we're going to run out of... Oh, we'll go there second. Because this ocean world's filling up quite rapidly. Sustainable farms could also go up, but there's probably not a lot of point. We'll just stick the hardened framing on. So, as you can see, space is now at a premium. If we go and nab the Gatria system, that would actually give us another proto-orchid, and I think combined 1, 2, the third one there. That's a monopoly in proto-orchids. Okay. Yep, screw whatever our plan was. We're going there. Industrial plants, which have a bonus on lava worlds. Yeah, if we can nab that Gatria system, we don't even have to defend it too hard. It's a reasonable system anyway, with the mineral-rich thing next to it. In fact, if I could just get... Oh, if I had another world ship being built, that would be a nice place to send it. Because that is going to cause some wars. Oh well. Fleet has arrived. Let's move them out. Now we begin combat. Now, as you can see, the Defender is a kinetic ship. They're all kinetic ships. So, we're going to up our deflector efficiency for round 1. We're going to go... we don't really want kinetics damage. We're going to go tactics on round 2, and we're going to go repair on round 3. See how that goes. 2 Vindicator ships with a power boost. No leader, though. They retreat. Okay. We can live with the retreat. This means suddenly we get all of our Hyperion back. We have 7 Yeah, it is Hyperion. 7 Hyperion. Right, we can trade that away. But we definitely need to keep that fleet there. Lonika's not building anything. That's a mistake. Get back to work. Oop, not that one. In fact, we might want to build that anyway. Oh, well, we'll see. World ship has arrived. Nope, that's not the... Did we not send the world ship? Oh well. I'm going to disband them into the hangar there because it might as well for the moment. There's no much point in keeping them out. Oh, it's not quite arrived yet. That's what confused me. Right, next turn. We plan to make a bit more progress in this video in terms of turn counts, but we'll see how this goes. Gatry is still not taken yet, and a random event. Yay, Superbug Contagion. -1 on 3 planets with at least 2 population, which is going to hurt me a little. Right, you've leveled up. So we can now go, I think Propaganda is probably a good one to go for at this stage, but... No, we'll keep on with the labour boosts. We want a high production count here if we can do it. So Janus will be colonised shortly. Resolve movement. We now can colonise the Bani system. And Red Sang I think is a better one to go for because I think that will still overspill. Yes, it will. Yay, excellent. Right, Tundra is boosted. Production size, you're boosted by money. That. In fact, do we want to now trade some over? Oops. Come on. And one more. Well, that is producing more food. On balance, that's probably best. Right, now let's have a look at our monetary situation here. We're at +8 on that, so... Okay, that'll do. Alright, 4 ships there. Everything's sort of building expansionist type things. Ying, you really need to start actually colonising things. And actually, your happiness is quite low. And that's not going to be helped by going on to lava worlds. We might have to actually abandon that plan. Darn troubles at the home world. Hello. So as a scout, don't mind that so much, but Mandus has built this missionary ship. We have our 4 units of antimatter back, because they've left from Lonika, I assume. Right. Next, I think we want to go for 20% food or +20 food. I think 20% food's probably better by this stage. Actually, no, it probably wasn't. Oh well, it's there now anyway. So there's a bit of a food boost, and that will help that system sort itself out. I'm going to actually use both ships here. Send them over. And there we go. We now have our Proto-Orchid monopoly. That's going to be difficult to keep, though. I'm actually going to buy out the first upgrade here. This is going to have to be defended quite hard, I think, this system. It's irradiated as well, so we lose some science boost. Proto-Orchid and actually irradiated cancel each other out, so really this should be just a flat barren world. But for whatever reason, it's not actually producing anything. Alright, we can't afford... Oh, I just paid for it, didn't I? Ah. I've wasted 70 dust. I don't have. Oh well. Nothing much we can do about it now. No point in complaining. We'll just carry on. Next up, we want the blue cap mold. World over here, because that's going to be useful. What's I could do with exploiting these if they're not already? They should be. Right, more money. So money, arid. What production stuff is this world actually making? Might be worth changing that to food. But oh well, we started now, we shall carry on. Next, I think we want to have a look at conquering the Ether system. We need to be aggressive here. So I want to have a look... Oh, actually, they're sending another fleet in, which is 304 strength. We're still not really up in the fleet strength, but we are having more things being built all the time. We'll take this wave in because it's gonna bounce off almost certainly here. Yeah, we're producing 17 gold a turn. We can afford to live with that. Create. Merge. Right, 950. We don't really need to do a lot here. I'm just going to go tactics, engineering, engineering. They should flee. I'd be very surprised if they don't flee. Yeah, tactics loses to retreat anyway, but they're sending stuff in. We have an overall fleet there with 950 power. It might be worth having a look. Problem is, because they got a one of these aura things up, unless we're at war with them, they cannot enter. It takes 30 turns for us. You have to colonize the system 30 turns before you can get this sorted. Alright, so that's production boost sorted out there. This is going to really hurt the happiness levels here. But red saying is more money, and more money is good. In fact, what would that give us, a red saying monopoly? I can't remember. We've only got 2. That would give us 3. We need 1 more, which I can't see on the map. So, alright. No worries there. We have another attack fleet en route. Thankfully, there are various things building various things, but that is not what we want to see right now. I might have to go and swap way out to a war world. Uniform shielding takes too long to build, so we're going to have to leave that one alone for now. And besides, its money's probably the one thing that's keeping us in. Polaris isn't building anything. I hate it when I notice systems aren't doing anything. No, let's not go science here. Let's go money. It's not optimized for that system, but should balance some things out. Next, I want you to start building. Oh, you build quite slowly actually on that system. Oh well, let's move around. So you have. So which system are you on? You're on the Rotanev system. I'm actually going to give you Veteran 1. Basically to give you an overall 1 point in everything. It also gives us now a minor science and money increase, but I'm actually thinking more of a defense values here for that. Because we might just have to leave you alone. That's going to give us another faster hero generation as well. Not that we can afford more heroes, and not that we can get more heroes right now. But still, it's nice to have. Alright, what hasn't moved? That. You are staying put. You're not strong enough to fight by yourself, but you're staying put anyway. End turn. See what happens. I would imagine we're about to be invaded on the Janus system. Maximize exploitation. Sowers are unhappy. Polaris has now finished building that. I think we'll go money generation now, and yes, I expected that. And also you've turned up there. Right, here's now where the difficulty comes in. We need to build a fleet that can knock that out. That's actually going to happen fairly quickly because of what's over here. But, yeah, the invasion ship can move down. But it's still marginally annoying that no, they're in a full retreat. We could actually declare war and just sneak up on them, but I don't know. Don't know. So much I need to do. So many battles I need to fight. Alright. We're still producing plus 11 a turn. We're producing plenty of science. We have money on the go. It's got 2 systems. We have a few systems we can expand into, but we don't want that one. Alright, enter. Just need to build up our forces and then counter-strike. We got 23 turns. Unless they send in more ships. Their attack strength is only 463. Our ships are stronger than their ships. By quite a considerable margin by now, I would imagine. Bundus and Rotinev have both built things. You've retreated onwards, which is fine. I'm going to actually send this ship down towards there. Oops. Yeah. You can't actually transfer between fleets, annoyingly, and rebuild them. But what we will do is go and set up a fleet here. Which will be a localized point for things. Because they might decide to move on from that. They might. We're still 8 in fleet strength, of course. Everyone's suspicious of us because we are so far in front in terms of points. But in order to keep that, we're going to have to start making some aggressive plays. And it's annoying that you've got that little protection thing up. And that was obviously either their second system or it's one of their early ones. The thing to consider is, while it is tempting to go and try to take that system because they have obviously failed to attack us twice, we're still not ahead of them in the points and the attack strength. They have 1,600 points of attack strength somewhere. Might not all be in one place, but they can bring it all to bear on us if they wish. So we need at least that in position. Meanwhile, I think we end the turn. Alright, another ship has been built at Bundus. We should have then a free ship group which can go and destroy that. In fact, create... You head over to there. You head down to there. Merge. So that's now 770 power. Not enough movement to get there just yet, but I do notice... Oh, that's just a scout. That's fine. We can live with just the scouts. Though I don't like them being in our territory. Right, now that we've got you there, and what have we got now? The plus 20... We're actually going to give you the plus 20 food now. We're going to turn Bundus into a massive, massive production powerhouse, and there we go. 132 food a turn, 153 production a turn. And we saw the high gravity barren world if we really, really, really want it, which we don't. I mean, Empire's now actually peaceful with us because, I don't know, have a level 10 hero. We now have the trade bonuses effect. And actually thinking about that, I was going to look at trade routes. Except that the only place that will have a trade route is Ying and nobody's made it there. So that was worthless. I didn't set up for trade routes. Right, you have another ship in reserve. Let's merge that. So now at 1200. Our fleet strength is now... Yeah, there we go. Right, now we're at the sort of power level of probably our enemy fleet here. Yeah, we're about a match in for total fleet strength for the Sherindans. So you head over there. Next up, we need to consider other things. We really need another leader, to be really honest. Just a fleet commander, because a fleet commander gets so much experience so quickly and also can be a huge help if he's skilled up for it. Problem is you don't want them early on. Alright, you're now level 7. Let's go and give you the 20% production boost. Which means Janice is now sorted. Ooh, combat. Right. Let's go with repair, repair, repair. The only reason I'm doing that is because I still don't think they're actually going to try and attack me here. They can't afford to. But if I can start killing their ships off... No. No ships lost, no ships destroyed. Nah. Alright, botanical scanning is now done, which gives us the star system improvements, which gives us a lot of food. Hyperium's back up to 5. They're now building their things. Let's take them on. This one is a bit more even, so I actually don't think they're going to retreat from this one. Get defense and repair. See how this goes. I would go into the whole manual and just have a look at how the battle as it goes on, but we lost 1 Vindicator on that. But overall, that works out reasonably well. And obviously now their fleet strength is diminished, it takes them longer to conquer this planet. And, as an added bonus, we have additional ships coming in. I can go and have that there in 2 turns, but I'm going to, again, sort of build up a fleet every so often on Yucata, because that can go into wherever it's needed. Right now I just want to kill this. It's, yeah, we're going to sabotage it though, it's not going to help us a lot. Adaptive strategy and offense also. Offense doesn't actually do anything for us really, we don't do kinetic damage. I figured that one. Alright, so that gets us our FID bonus back. Hooray! Well, this time when we buy it, we're not going to go and immediately abandon it, are we? Are we? Right. So that's all sorted. We got 1,000 points of strength on there. Let's say another fleet's coming in, but I think they're the retreating fleet actually. Yeah, they're in retreat. I think then that's what we want to go for. But actually, before we do that, we need to go for... need an infinite supermarkets built quite quickly, if we can manage it. So yeah, that'll do. In 2 turns, then we get infinite supermarkets, which makes them happy, which is an improvement that should be built everywhere as soon as I can get it done. Because happiness is key. Especially if you've got all these unhappy systems at the moment. Let it continue what it's doing, I suppose. Right, infinite supermarkets. That can stay there for the moment, actually. Bundus can build... Bundus actually already has quite a happy population centre anyway, but it still needs to be done. I can go second. Also, you need to go and exploit, but I think we'll exploit you for food rather than anything else this time. Sustainable farms should help as well, but we just like... I like having lots of food available. That will do, I believe. Right. 1 fleet still to move, which is you. You do have an extra point of movement, but let's not worry about that too much now. We'll do that next time. Right, turn 50. Hooray, we did 10 turns in a video. That is got to be reason to celebrate somewhere. Okay, we need to attack quite soon. Budget report, tax rate was raised to 40%. Yeah, okay. That's fine. It's fine. Once we get the happiness back up, we'll be able to have higher tax rates. We also need to get rid of some of our ships, strangely. Hostile now. You've now gone up. I think we'll take you to level 2. If you get more defense. Dust abilities increase. There's other things as well which can come up from veteran, but I just want this place a little better defended. And I do want to strike. Merge. Right. I think we're going to declare war with them now. Or at least I will do next turn. You head down to there. Merge the fleets. Attack. Going to go engineering. 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 Not the best of tactics, I know, but all of our ships do have repair modules. There we go. Fleet wiped out. Janice is back and safe. So, we did lose 1 ship again, but that's fine. Fleets they're actually undamaged, and one of them is now level 3. I don't like that at all. That's going to cause us some problems. This whole system's going to cause us some problems, actually, but... Alright, let's do it then. Let's do one at a time. Make sure we got the right person before we do anything else here, but I think it's you. Declare war. Now we can enter their territory. Now we can try and invade them. That's going to take 24 turns, because they have a lot of defense. But we are going to build invasion ships and a second fleet, which should help things. Also, what I could do with doing is maybe transferring a commander around. If I were to equip you onto the fleet, you'd lose a lot of production bonus, but... In fact, you lose a ridiculous amount of production bonus. This is the problem with administrative leaders. You can't really afford to put them into fleets because... Well, pretty much they will die. Well, they don't die, but they just... It weakens the production rate of the planets you need. Production is key in war because obviously the more ships you have, the more options you've got. But at the same time, a fleet commander does strengthen a fleet quite heavily, but then you're not producing more stuff. So if they do die, it's a problem. It is a real problem. Also, the Red United Empire race, wherever they are, is scoring quite heavily at the moment. Oh, it's a problem. Right. So currently -4 is what our current tax rate says. We need to actually go and start converting things back to money. The reason, obviously, we're not producing enough money anymore is because we've got all of the markets being built. But that's important. We need those markets up. End of turn. I'm over 30 minutes now, I know, but I just wanted to get the initial bits of the war sorted out. Right, no research done. Planetary landscaping is done, which is useful for when we've explored farms and things, but also now planetary exploitation is upgraded to the 3rd level. And we've done quite a lot on the tech tree, actually. I think we need to, though, consider a few more things. For example, metallurgy. It won't go focused plasma just yet, but we do need more happiness boosting stuff, so we're going to go for colonial rights. Trying to think where the somewhere there is a thing which gives us more bigger hero thing. I think it's you actually first off. Nope. Command points cap. Alliance net. There's the academy cap. Okay. So if we go for the academy cap now, that will give us 2 more heroes and also faster hero generation. We need some war heroes. We do. Right. So next time, how big is that fleet? 900. Next time, I think it's time for war in a big way. So until then.